we are supposed to find the value of x in this situation. So let's solve it together. To find the value of x, let's write our 2 raised to the power square root of x again is equal to our 8, right? Now we know that 8 is the same as 2 times 2 times what? 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. And this is the same as 2 raised to the power what? 3. So let me clean it. So let's write our 2 raised to the power square root of x is equal to 2 raised to the power 3, right? Now we can say that the bases are what? Equal, which is what? 2. This means that we can actually equate the exponents. Okay, so we can say this is equal to this. Okay, so what we'll do next is to say our square root of x is equal to what? 3, right? We are equating the exponents since the bases are equal. Okay, so what you do now is to make sure the x is free of anything. We want the x to stand alone. So what we do is to find a way to get rid of the square root sign. Okay, and how do we do that? We can square both sides of the equation to get rid of it. So let's do this together. So you have the square root of x, right, all squared is equal to 3 squared. 3 squared, right? What you do to the left hand side of the equation, you should do the same to the left hand side, to the right hand side. So since we are squaring the left hand side, we are squaring, or we are supposed to square the right hand side as well. So to get rid of the squared, we know square root of x times what? Square root of what? X. You know, it's the same as square root of x squared. And then we have here, which is 3 times 3, right? Because we have the square here is the same as 3 times 3. Okay. And before I continue, let me show you this rule, which says that square root of a squared, right, is the same as what? A, right? Why do they say that? They say that because square root of a squared is the same as, so let me write it here, right? Square root of a squared is the same as square root of a times square root of a, right? And when you have it like this, it's the same as a times a, all under the same square, right? And this is also the same as when you multiply the a and the a here, you get a squared, right? And so this square root will take off, this square will take off the square root. That's why your answer becomes a. So anytime you have the square root of a number squared, it is the same as the same number, right? So let me clean this here. Okay, so now with that analogy or with that idea or that rule, we can say that this is the same as this x times x, which is the same as what? 9. Okay, and now this is the same as x squared. Okay, is equal to 9. This square root will take away this, this squared will take away the square root, and so now we can say our x is equal to what? 9, and that is going to be our final answer. If you don't understand anything about all that we've solved, please leave your comment in the comment section and I will surely attend to you. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe and like my videos. Bye bye for now.